Hello everyone, this is Isabel. I'm at SubOptic 2025 in Lisbon, and today I'm joined by Adam Ball. He's the General Manager of Terrapinn Asia. Adam, welcome to my hot seat yet again.
Hi Isabel, it's great to be here and thank you for having me.
So Adam, congratulations first of all on this amazing event in Lisbon. It's incredible. I really enjoyed it. I think everyone's saying it's been a big success. So how does it compare to Bangkok 2 years ago?
Last time was a great event. This time it has really blown the absolute doors off when it comes to things like attendance levels. This is the first ever 100% Subsea event where there has been in excess of 1,000 attendees. We had 960 or so at Submarine Networks World last year, which was, the benchmark. This has now raised the benchmark again. And it's great to see, more and more, external companies becoming involved, new companies being formed as well. There's a few companies that are present here today with persons who were previously at other companies that are much more well known, and they've sort of created their own sort of startups, etc. And as you know, as Subsea it's just a growing business, and that's reflected by the attendee levels here and the attendee levels moving forward.
And it's such an interesting business as well. So Submarine Networks World in Singapore is coming fast in September.
Yep.
What can we expect new this year from this conference?
It's been going now for, as you know, for like 27, 28 years. And every year we have to ensure that we refresh it slightly, but retain the reasons why everybody comes to the event. This year we've moved venue from Suntec to Marina Bay Sands, to the Sands Expo and Convention Center. We've also added a new conference theatre this year. So we're having a conference theatre on day one, which is all on defense. So focusing on threats, monitoring threats, cable protection, cable security. It's the big talking point at the moment. And we're sort of, honing in on sort of the zeitgeist, as it were, and sort of focusing right down all the way from the actual physical protecting of cables itself to going all the way to sort of military level.
It must be a challenge for you in the event business to keep the events relevant in an industry that is changing so rapidly. So what's the trick? How do you go about that?
The trick is, I find, is not to create the conference content where you're trying to dictate to the industry, but it's better to listen to the industry, listen to what the industry is saying, or more importantly, not saying, and then transfer that to the titles of panels, the titles of sessions, the titles of presentations, and things like that. When the persons for the panel are, when the panel is then all put together with 4 seats and a moderator, we then discuss with the people who are participating on the panel what their interpretation of the title is and what are the relevant topics of today to be discussing. I think far too many conference event organizers, they write an agenda, they'll write a panel, they'll write what the bullet points are, and then they're the bullet points that are to be discussed. When half the time the bullet points that they're writing are last year's news, the year before that's news, out of date, or what they determine or what they deem as what are the talking points for the industry, rather than having the industry decide for the audience, as it were, what the talking points are going to be. And as a result, the feedback that we've had on the conference content since employing this strategy since 2019, 2020-ish, has been that the conference content has been much more relevant, has been much more current. And it's basically the 4 people on stage are the people who decide what the talking points of the panel are going to be.
Thank you so much, and thank you for an amazing event this week. I can't wait for Singapore. And I would like to officially thank you for my hot seat lounge. You really spoiled me this week. Yep. Thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming along this week. Thank you for interviewing everybody this week. And thank you in advance for interviewing everybody again in Singapore in September.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everyone, thank you for watching, and until my next hot shot.